Well, folks, this is what it's like to come on an outdoors adventure with me. I am the man, now leaving the van, and fishing is in demand. So I'm going to string up for the first time this season. I'm pumped. I love finding new places and exploring them in as many ways as possible, while also learning about the environments that exist there. Well, no luck catching any fish, but thank goodness I have the BioLite camp stove, and that's going to give me a really toasty hot meal. Yeah, okay, we've got ourselves a fantastic setup here. We're going to be hanging out with the chef, Boy Ready, for today's luxurious meal item here on a beautiful little creek in Selkirk, Ontario. No can opener? No problem, as long as you got a nice sturdy knife. Let me show you. Put the can down on a nice surface where it's not going to rock around or wiggle too much. And then you got to do it like you mean it. Put it right on the edge, on the inside of the can. And if you got a nice blunt end of the knife, that's what you want to use this for. And you're just gonna pop it. Officially broke the seal. Move an inch over. See what I'm saying? Yeah, pop it, pry it. Pop it, and pry it. And that's how you get your chef Boy Ready. Ooh, look at that, she's getting hot. Now what if you don't have a spoon? That's no problem either, just gotta be a bit creative. There are natural spoons, knives, forks, and even sporks all over the natural world. Just gotta look a little bit carefully. I used to go for a log if I want to use something kind of spoon-like, because bark happens to be a pretty good shape. Like, I could eat ravioli with that, and I will. Honestly, this will have to do. In the day and age of coronavirus and living in a real-time pandemic, eating with bark is probably the least of your worries, and you're more likely to get sick hanging out at the mall and touching a railing, even on a good day. So, here's to Mother Nature, always supplying, always giving, keeping us healthy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sierra's gonna throw it out in there. Big deal, right? This MSR water filter has helped me countless times. Never been sick yet. Very interesting environment here. Large rolling hills that are all composed of sand underneath all the forest and soil we see here. As you can tell. Sand! Really interesting though to step out of the woods, go down a hill, find nobody else except me, the sand, the dirt road, and the purple chariot, which is probably going to get stuck in the next 5 minutes. And that is the end of the road. Although cooler at the moment and not very lively, I knew the next day would bring lots of lively action. Yum. See, I can survive the apocalypse. I'm not picky. I'll eat with a knife, I'll eat in the woods, I'll eat alone. I'll even eat Puritan beef stew. Oh yeah. And back out of the woods. Just like that. Nice and dark and eerie, foggy, a storm's coming. A strange vehicle is parked at the end of the road. Oh wait, that's mine. Oh, you know, just waking up somewhere in this wet, lovely world of ours. Operation Van Camp was yet another great success. What more do you need? Early this morning, the birds were blowing in like the warm, humid air mass from the Gulf of Mexico that was going to push up and spike temperatures to almost 17 degrees Celsius today. I knew the wetlands would be alive. So wood frogs, unlike the western chorus frog and the spring peeper out here, they're a little less shy about their sexual aggro at this time of year when they emerge from hibernation. So odds are they're not going to be quieting down when we get close to them, and we should be able to see them. Oh, I just spotted a frog. What do we got here? Sometimes you got to find these little bits of movement amidst the raindrops to see which ones are the frogs. And that's a wood frog right there. The wind picked up, the temperature increased, and then all kinds of magic I've never even seen before began to unfold. Like these wood frogs being blown across the vernal pools that they made in. So it's an abiotic or non-living form of dispersal of a biotic or living thing. Now that's kind of interesting. Hey, what if I bump into you? Can I hump you? That's basically what they're thinking right now. And then all of a sudden, after days and days of gloom, the sun literally just came out and flashed. It was like a switch. And when that switch went, the wildlife and the world seemed to go with it. And it was a really powerful, very special moment. Especially because I was pretty sure I had nearly all of these 800 acres of wetlands and woods to myself. See this beautiful green plant growing here inside the water? Yep, it's green all year round, and even stranger, it doesn't actually belong here. It's an invasive species called watercress, and God bless watercress. I'm gonna have a snack out here and kind of stick with the apocalyptic vibes of, you know, trying to feed yourself a little. Oh no. Oh, what? Oh, how did I end up here? Whoa, in Wainfleet Bog? Don't worry, that watercress is totally edible. Another amazing wetland ecosystem unique to all of southern Ontario, located close to Lake Erie. I kept my social distance from that white-tailed deer, but I did follow it deeper into the bog. It's mostly black muck composed of algae. There's some uprooted trees, ancient old-growth trees where birds of prey perch on and hunt for all kinds of rare reptiles and amphibians that still exist out here. I love visiting Wainfleet Bog because of its vastness. It's the largest remaining green space in all the Niagara Peninsula and acts as a very important buffer zone for biodiversity. And so you just have to have a really good and very careful eye and boot when you're hiking out here, because camouflage amidst the leaf litter, you may find a blue-spotted salamander. Like this one at the base of the tree. You can see here exactly why they're called mole salamanders. Ooh, there's a real fresh one that fell from the top. Looks pretty innocent, but I can tell by the break and how fresh it is. This happened during this morning's windstorm. Now imagine that, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I feel fortunate that during those couple of days, I was smashed and inundated by the forces of nature. They are all timely reminders, I find, when I'm outside, especially in today's day and age. This bald eagle, for example, up in this stately old tree, which is probably about 300 years old, just stands as a test of time and a statement to say, hey, nature's here. It'll keep doing its thing. We're a part of nature. We're just a cog in the wheel of this massive thing we call an ecosystem. And as the essence of the natural world moves on, we have a very important part to play in it now, for not just the world, but ourselves. That and more deep thoughts from the woods. Thanks for watching. Remember to be kind to each other.